Hi, and welcome to VeloPro. My name's Bob, and we're going to talk about aging because I'm going to qualify as a senior citizen fairly soon. Uh, and when that happens, I'm going to get a Euro Rail pass at a discount. I'm very excited. And there's other great things about being older. I don't have to walk around with my telephone constantly because I don't really care. Uh, I can look at the sidewalk or the sky. I have options. Uh, and I have time to look at the birds. I make time to look at the birds. So that's all great stuff that you can do when you're a little bit older guy. There's some downsides, we'll talk about that. But mostly it's not all that terrible yet. You get to focus, at least for me, at this stage of business, on my objective, my bikes, my hobbies, you know. And everything I've done in life has been a venture, so I can stop a little bit and kind of enjoy doing something, like working on a bike and building something up. Hobbies are really great, and bicycles are super because they require activity, and that's what most of us need to go and do. And I don't have to put on a bunny suit and go into a clean room anymore, and I like that too. So there's all sorts of advantages in being a little bit older. Um, there's more time for your family, friends, and your wife when there really is. But she has her hobbies and activities and family, kids, when they grow up. When you have kids, adult children are much different. So it no longer is a project. So you can be friends with them. It changes, everything changes, and it's more copacetic, I think. Hopefully for you. But yeah, you get to help in the house more. Now in Spain, it's kind of a matriarchy where the mothers are sort of the boss of the family, which is traditional. And my house is sort of traditional, and I get to help mopping and vacuuming and doing all the fun chores too. So that's not all that bad. That's not bad at all. So the Mayo Clinic was talking about age. Of course, they would have to bring up the negative aspects, wouldn't they? But here are some of the negative aspects of aging, but they don't have to be. They're going to happen to everyone eventually. So how we go about approaching it is the choice. Do we go with the more physical lifestyle, or do we go with the more sedentary lifestyle? Because they speak about a stiffness of the blood arteries causing the heart to work harder. Now, when I was an engineer, I actually designed a stent. It's called a stent, and it goes into arteries, and it's for doing bypass surgery. So it looks kind of like a spring, kind of like a coil spring, and they insert it into the artery to keep it from collapsing. And if you exercise and train regularly, you can probably delay that. No, I can't. I wish I could promise exercise would cure everything, because that'd be great. But physical activity in a daily routine, I see it every time I look anywhere, and it's right here, number one item. Number two item, of course, was diet, and we have our vegetable juice cocktail and some real nice carrots to grind up later. They talk about smoking, and that's tobacco use, and then they talk about stress. Now, I have a show coming out about sound pollution and stress and the correlation to coronary disease. Please look at that video when it pops up. Then they also talk about sleep, and we talked about sleep in the melatonin and the serotonin videos. And one of our subscribers mentioned, the Tour de France is won in bed, and it really is. The Mayo Clinic also talks about changes in bones and joints. Now, I often say senior citizens and pro cyclists have about the same nutritional requirements because we beat our bodies up. Now, in a senior's case, it's just sliding aside. In a young athlete, in a super athlete's case, he's using everything he can consume. So it's basically the same difference. That's why we have advanced nutrition, because it's for both of us, because we both need it. Really works. So anyway, we talk about bones and joints, and we don't have to face that because we know about calcium, milk, dairy. We know about vitamin D, getting into the sun, and avoiding alcohol. So those are all things that we know we can do to protect our bones and joints, especially alcohol, because it leads to a condition called gout. Gout is a form of arthritis which puts uric acid crystals into the blood, and of course those cause friction in joints and cause wear and tear. So we don't want that. Alcohol is #1 cause of problems, although I don't know a cyclist who doesn't like a beer. So we did talk about beer in the Heart Healthy Beer chapter, and I hope everybody took a look at that because there's nothing wrong with beer. Okay, change in digestive system. The Mayo Clinic talks about jalapeno pizza. No, I talked about jalapeno pizza. Some people maybe should avoid it as they age. They talk about eating well and balance, and then they talk about, all the other things that happen as we age. And they also talk about mental changes, and we did do a story about Alzheimer's, but I'm no authority. I just simply did the Pfizer story. But anyway, we will be following up more about aging because I'm in my mid-60s. I'm looking forward to that Eurail pass, and I got to tell you, I think I look reasonable. I do need to work more, and I will. So this is a great incentive for me because when I see the #1 issue is not getting enough exercise, that's everywhere I read, everywhere. So this is a universal message. It's a good one. So I hope it all works for you, and I do recommend taking a look at Dr. Walker's book, Raw Vegetable and Fruit Juices, because this stuff really works. The book is here, and of course, is available on Amazon and a bunch of other places. And that's the book. Please. This is what I'm basing a lot of my stuff on. And it's a nice book, it's easy reading, and okay, some of it might be a little bit extreme even by my flavors because I don't do single juices, but when I mix things together in a cocktail, I'm always okay. So when I discuss fruit juicing, and please check some of those videos, you'll see that we're always doing it with a carrot-based cocktail. Anyway, we're going to get back to some healthy things and training.